Noisy Pixel.
In 2011, I was just a sophomore in college who didn't have much of a clue what the world was really like, especially the dating world. But then I entered the 2011 Surreal Puzzle platformer relationship simulator hybrid game, Catherine. It's a game that takes a deeper look at the good, bad, and the ugly of relationships, and just being an adult overall. And it was unlike anything anyone, including myself, had experienced before. Now Catherine is back, looking and feeling better than ever, and its story of love, lust, and commitment is still remarkably relatable in the upgraded and unexpected PC re-release. My name is Brad Crespo, and this is Noisy Pixel's review for Catherine Classic.
I had fun tonight.
You must like what you see.
Catherine's unusual, twisting story is left unchanged in Catherine Classic. The story revolves around a 32-year-old man named Vincent Brooks, who spends his days working in a tech industry job and drinking with his good friends at night. He also has a longtime girlfriend named Catherine, a live-by-the-book but caring girl, who's been pressuring Vincent to take the next step in their relationship. Vincent has been struggling with deciding whether or not to truly settle down, and the decision gets even more difficult to make when another girl also named Catherine unexpectedly enters his life after a drunken, hot and heavy night.
Is this gonna be a problem?
Now, he's left with a difficult decision to make. Marry his longtime girlfriend Catherine, or move on to the feisty blonde he just woke up next to. Going through Vincent's wild story is downright hilarious at times, but it's also hard-hitting and deep, as it addresses serious things that might affect real-life relationships. Whether you personally like them or not, it's hard not to be interested in every single character. Also, having the option to change the voiceover audio to Japanese was a nice inclusion, given that it was absent in the original release. Speaking of options, gameplay is split into two parts. There's the leisure life sim gameplay that occurs when Vincent is awake, and then there's the hardcore and quick puzzle platforming gameplay that happens when Vincent falls into a deep slumber and enters a nightmare. When Vincent is awake, you can have him wander about in the Stray Sheep, the game's activity hub, where you can chat with folks around the bar, respond to text messages from the cute blonde Catherine or longtime girlfriend Catherine, and talk in person with the two of them, or pound down some drinks. Everything you say and do affects how Vincent's story will play out. I really enjoy how choice-driven the game is, and I'm sure that even after you're finished with your first playthrough, you'll be left wondering how the story would have played out if you had Vincent do things differently. When Vincent sleeps, you go into a nightmare that has you completing punishing and fast-paced block tower puzzles that get headbangingly difficult as the game goes on. For each puzzle, your goal is to push and pull blocks to create a path that helps you climb up your way to the top. Achieving this goal is simple enough at first, however once heavier blocks that crumble underneath you, ice blocks, exploding blocks, and other hazards are thrown into the mix, a good chunk of Catherine's puzzles will, without a doubt, have you bang your head as you try to figure them out. After successfully completing each story level, you enter an unusual confessional, where you're forced to answer a question in order to leave Vincent's nightmare. These questions are a mixed bag. Some are simple, some definitely aren't, but they'll have you either laughing out loud or deep in thought. As far as what makes Catherine Classic feel fresh and new, the game now has 4K resolution support, which makes the game's beautiful anime art style pop even more. There's also the option to remap the controls if you'd like, or change the frame rate. However, there could have been more added to Catherine Classic, but given that a robust remake of the original is in the works, it's understandable that Atlus decided not to include multiple new features. All in all, Catherine Classic is a fantastic re-release of an unusually deep, beautiful game that is an absolute must-play. Noisy Pixel is giving Catherine Classic an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching our review. You can read our full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is ran by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all of our future content.